in your prayer.
You try something and you fail, the worst you'll do is break even. You didn't have it to begin with, you gave it a shot, you came up short, big deal, do it again.
Right.
To realize his American dream. Through teaching and facilitating seminars, he has made a positive difference in the lives of tens of thousands of people. Corporations and organizations around the world benefit from his enthusiastic style of communication and his positive attitude. With a business management degree and a really rich international background, he really understands the ever-changing cultural climate in the corporate world. We are so pleased to have him with us. Please help me welcome to the stage, Mr. Kdhdor.
Well, thank you for that warm welcome, which I so richly deserve, but so seldom get. How many of you have figured out through perceptive intuition that I'm not a native of Texas?
In the role model of Zig Ziglar, we had an individual whose personal life also was very, very successful. And having had the privilege of traveling with him for those 17 years, I remember early in my career in Minneapolis, I asked him a question. I said, why is the loneliest place in the world the hotel room after the applause has died down? And the advice he gave me is how I built my marriage. He says most people set out in this world to accomplish something and tell the family that whatever they're doing for the family. And as a result have to go further and further away for accomplishment. He says just change the way you talk about your family and say whatever you're able.
But remember this, folks, you are going to get your nose bloodied. You are going to fall down, and it's okay. As my mentor and hero Zig Ziglar put it many, many times, failure is an event. It has never been a person. It can never. You can fail at something. You cannot fail as someone. God loves you too much. He done sponsored junk. And finally, effective stewardship becomes the last part of our narrative, effective stewardship. When you look at effective stewardship from the standpoint of a formula called how do you glow? See, give more than you have if you want to be an effective steward if that's what's been given to you.
Yeah, and I'll break that down into two because the same advice Mr. Ziglar gave me, he gave to 18 other people he hired the same day he hired me, but the other 17 didn't believe it. So, and I went on to write a book with him. And so I share this in jest for the simple reason that the biblical adage that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear still holds.
In the world of poverty, I want you to take these letters to encourage them. My fickle mind is thinking, I just gave you $500. I don't have a picture, and I'm getting stiffed for another $370. But I came to America and mailed those letters knowing that that plane wasn't going down. I was carrying holy cargo. But I came to Dallas and I wrote Mother Teresa a letter. Dear Mother Teresa, thank you for the privilege of allowing me to be a messenger in your Great Commission. And she sent me a picture. But on the back side of that picture was where leave more than you take became evident in my young life as a salesperson. She said, Krish, say yes to the least of humanity. By picking up those most deserving in the eyes of a loving God, you will have participated in the greatest good of all. And that was the day my desire was born to give something back to my nation. And I started a foundation, and 5 times a year I travel to India and put on events like this where I don't charge anybody anything. Leave more than you take.
In your presence is where I want to be. In your presence is where I am complete. This one thing